couple of problems here. So he's got a mixture of two coolants, which is on Fords are really, really bad. He's also got radiator stop leak in there, which on a 2013 with 160,000 kilometers, which is 100,000 miles, you don't turn around and put stop leak in that. I say stop leak is for a vehicle that, an old vehicle, you just want to leave it, keep it on the road for another month, 2 or 6 months. Anyway, for a vehicle like this, you don't put radiator stop leak. You fix the problem. Unless the head gasket and you can't afford it. It's a Ford. They're known for leaking O-rings on the radiator hoses. I'm going to check electrolysis of the coolant, what temperature it's at. I know I have to flush the system. I'm going to flush it a couple times with distilled water. Okay, we're going to check the strength of the coolant that he has in here right now. Like I said, he has a mixture of the orange Ford coolant and I think the regular Prestone green stuff. He's well over minus 50, which is, I think it was concentrate he put in there. A cold day, yeah, the coolant would start gelling up a bit. Anyway, what I use for checking is this right here. I've had it for, years. I think I got it in the Air Force. I'm not sure, when I was a mechanic there. Okay, I'm going to take the multimeter and check the conductivity of the coolant. And it should be no more than 0.04. And he has 0.103. Okay, yes.
Okay, what happened to this one?
What happened is right now the coolant is acting like a battery. Well, should I say all the metal components in the engine is acting like a battery, and basically the coolant is the battery acid. So it's, in order to continue making electricity, it has to start robbing from all the parts inside the engine, which is, like say, O-rings, head gasket, heads, engine block. Anyway, it's bad. I always say, and I always do in my own vehicles, every 100,000 kilometers, which is 60,000 miles, I change a coolant. For me, that's a lot cheaper than having to do a heater core. I don't like tearing the entire dash out of any vehicle. I'm just going to go flush the system, take it for a drive. I'm going to do it twice on this one. Normally, I could do it outside. Flush it all out with the adapter, the hose and all that, but it's below freezing right now, so I'm just going to fill it up with distilled water, run it until it comes up to temperature, shut it down, let it cool down, drain it again, redo the same process again, because I got to keep it in the shop. I can't take it for a spin, or I can't start running water all over my floor. As soon as it gets under the door, everything's going to freeze. So it's just a different process of doing it in the winter than what I would do in the summer. I'm going to get on to draining the coolant on this. Okay, I got to open it a bit more. But I'm not going to put my face underneath it. And it screws in place. So I'm going to fill this back up with distilled water, run it, bring it up temperature, then I'm going to redrain it. I'm just using a grocery store. Distilled water is fairly cheap. Anyway, I just want to measure how much I'm putting in it. Try to put in what came out. So basically what came out was about there, and the next one is down about here. So we'll see how it goes. Anyway, I'll fill it back up with distilled water. Am I going to drain this?
Yeah.
Definitely. After it comes up to temperature and circulates through the system, I'm going to drain it. And I'm going to fill it one more time, bring it up temperature, and then I'm going to put the coolant in. I'm going to do it twice because of the radiator stop leak he put in here. I want out of the vehicle. A vehicle at this age shouldn't have radiator stop leak. That's like a last minute thing before you throw the vehicle away. So anyway, so that's one. So the next one should come up to about here, and that would have been what came out of it. So I'll keep an eye on the temperature. I'll bring this up to operating temperature. The heater's on, everything's on. I'm just going to keep an eye on it. It's got to run for I don't know how long. Anyway, so when it's done, I'll be back after it cools down and we'll drain it again. Okay, we're getting back to the coolant flush. I had to run distilled water through this 3 times. The best way to do a coolant service is actually summertime. The way this one vehicle came in with two different types of coolant mixed with the 0.10 volts in the coolant, which is really bad. It shouldn't be anywhere above 0.04 volts. And with the rad stop leak, what I would do in the summertime would take this outside and disconnect all the hoses and run a hose through the heater core, through the rad, flush everything right out, and take the thermostat out, flush the engine out. But it's minus 16 outside. I can't do that outside. Unfortunately, his problem came middle of winter. So at minus 16, the best I can do is run distilled water through the system. And like I say, this is the third time I'm going to fill it back up. Like I say, the O-rings were done. The valve drain was done in another video. O-rings another video. And this is just the flush. So we're going to get back on that. Right now, the drain valve is open into a bucket on the floor. So I got to shut the drain valve. When you do the distilled water, you're flushing it. When you drain it, you do not drain all the engine. There's a lot of water left in this engine. So when I go to put the coolant back in, I got to put concentrate coolant back in, which I have over here. I'm running this stuff. It's for Ford. Gold or orange, whatever you want to call it. Anyway, this is concentrate. It's not 50-50 mix. So I'm going to start off by putting 3 liters approximately of concentrate in here, and the rest I'm going to mix 50-50 and put that in. I'm going to have to run it and see if my numbers are good. I'm going to check the coolant strength, and if it's too high, I'll drain some out and add some more distilled water. If it's too low, I'll add some more concentrate. I have to drain it down and add more concentrate. So right now it's in a, I'm going to have to play with the coolant strength by reading what I have in this. Okay, I'm just shutting the drain valve under here, which is fairly easy. I've showed you early in the video where it was. Okay, the drain's closed. Like I said, I'm going to leave the hose in.
Okay.
I'm going to start it and stop it a few times just to burp some of the air out of the system. And then I'll let it come up to temperature. Okay, I'll do that a couple more times. So I topped it up with about, I think it was probably about 2.5 liters of concentrate. I don't think I put 3 in. And then I put the rest in as a 50-50 mix. And I had some errands to run yesterday, so I let it sit overnight. Anyway, when I checked it this morning, I ran it yesterday to try to mix it up, but not long enough. Anyhow, when I checked this morning, I was at minus around 22, 21. It's not strong enough, but like I said, I didn't run it long enough. I ran it again this morning, and I gotta let it cool down. So while it's cooling down, if I'm not strong enough, I'm going to drain some of the coolant out, and drain some of the coolant out into this bucket. And I've got another one over there with pure concentrate. So I'll drain some down, put concentrate back in, and get it up to about minus 45. Around here, minus 45 should be good. I bought 2 just for this reason, because every vehicle, the engine holds a different amount of coolant left in the engine. So unless you're doing the exact same engine all the time, and one vehicle could vary from another even though it's the same size engine. So anyway, this is full concentrate. So I'm going to drain in this one. This has got a piece of tape on it, so I know exactly which is a concentrate or which one's going to be the old stuff. And I'll give this back to him, so if you ever, which you should never run low on coolant, but if you did in the future, you can put this in instead of the green stuff you did last time.
Start.
Hey, the coolant wasn't strong enough, so I had to take, I took 2 liters out, and I put 2 liters of concentrate in, started up, ran it for a bit, it went for a drive, let it mix up, and it's coming out to around minus 40, minus 41, that would be Celsius. Fahrenheit, I'm not exactly sure. No, my meter's in Celsius. Let's see, 50-50 mix is minus 35 Fahrenheit, which equals minus 37.5 Celsius. Anyway, so I'm above that, so I'm just a tad over a 50-50 mix. For here, that's good. Anyway, thanks for watching my channel. Don't forget to subscribe, hit the bell, and a thumbs up if you liked it. Bye for now.